Do you really need therapy? This video is a little bit more in depth about why I think therapy is great. You can check out one of my earlier videos, Should I Go to Therapy? I'll link to it in the cards. But this one we are tackling stigmas around therapy, and I'm using my client perspective to take apart these stigmas. Hi, I'm Caylyn, and I go to therapy. A lot of the videos out there are by therapists, and while those are great, there seems to be a big lack of videos from the client perspective. I think psychology is fascinating, and I always do my best to educate myself, but at the end of the day, I am not a therapist. Stigma number 1. You must have a severe mental illness to go to therapy, or you're nuts. No. Therapy is for anyone at any point in their life, mental illness or no. Life stressors can pile up, and sometimes you just need an addition to your support system. You don't have to have anything major going on to need therapy. You couldn't have learned every skill you needed to get through life. You're going to come across things that you haven't learned the skills for. It's not anyone's fault. My parents couldn't teach me everything, just as their parents couldn't teach me everything. We can't know everything, but we can learn the new skills that we need to adapt when something new comes up. Stigma number 2. You are weak and can't handle life as well as everyone else. I'm going to try not to roll my eyes excessively in this video, but it's going to be hard for me, so sorry. Strong people, in my opinion, know when to ask for help. This is what makes them strong, is that they are capable of acknowledging maybe what skills they don't have or when they need help because they can't do it all on their own. And going to therapy is part of that. It's part of asking for help or acknowledging that you have some skills that maybe you need to brush up on or learn, and so you go and do that. Life is not smooth sailing for everyone. It's not smooth sailing for anyone. And that doesn't make therapy or asking for help or getting support bad, because we all need it. Therapy can be a great addition to our support system, and support systems are part of how we get through life. Whether it's community or family or a really strong group of friends, we all need to belong, and we all need that social interaction, and we all need support at times because we can't do everything on our own. So no, you're not weak or can't handle life as well as everyone else because you go to therapy. You're learning something so that you can handle life really, really well for yourself. Stigma number 3. If you go to therapy, then you must be on meds or will definitely be prescribed meds. No and no. A lot of mental health professionals can't even write a prescription or offer a diagnosis. In the same way that a doctor or a nurse practitioner can prescribe something, but a nurse or a PSW can't, you need to have a certain level of education to be able to offer a diagnosis or to write prescriptions. You can go see a social worker and they can't officially diagnose you. If they feel that it would be beneficial or that you need a diagnosis or something, then they can refer you. But there is no grounds whatsoever to going to therapy means you're going to be on meds. In the course of my lifetime, I've seen, I think, 8 mental health professionals, all different, and I think only once I was offered meds and declined them for something that was just situational and I wanted to deal with on my own. Now, it's not a perfect world out there, and some people love to just prescribe meds left, right, and center. But this is where we need to pay attention to ourselves and take care of ourselves and try to get educated and make the best decision we can. But look into different types of mental health professionals and see who would be right for you. I'm definitely going to be doing some videos on that where I talk about and explain the different types of mental health professionals. So stay tuned for that and let me know down below if that's something you'd be interested in. Stigma number 4. Therapy is a waste of money. If paying for yoga classes and a gym membership and paying for school or paying for classes where you learn something or paying for any kind of educational book or paying for good food for yourself or vitamins and minerals and protein powder and stuff like that is a waste of money, then yes, therapy is also a waste of money. Therapy is not a waste of money. The same way investing in yourself is not a waste of money. You deserve to invest in yourself. Stigma number 5. Something really, really bad or traumatic had to happen for someone to go to therapy. That can be the tipping point for people. Sometimes it takes something really, really bad happening or quite a few events before someone goes to seek help for themselves. And if that's what it takes for them to get there, then sometimes that's what it takes. But there's no prerequisite for therapy. There's not a checklist that you have to make it through to need or want to go to therapy. Stigma number 6. You should feel sad or pity someone who is in therapy. Let me tell you something. I don't want your pity or your sadness, and neither does anyone else who's in therapy. And I don't know that pity is a helpful sentiment in any kind of situation. Maybe instead try celebrating someone who's going to therapy, that they've made a decision to take care of themselves, or that they've done something that's still pretty brave in this world to try and challenge all of the stigma that's around it and go for nobody but themselves. Stigma number 7. People who go to therapy are in bad places. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in a great place. I go to therapy because I want to. Initially, when I started therapy, this round anyway, I went for a specific reason, and it has totally evolved since then. But I still feel that I'm learning so much, and I really appreciate having my therapist as part of my support system. And I was matched with a therapist that I was able to grow a really good relationship with and feel very comfortable with now. Now, I'm reaping all of the benefits of having put in the work on going to therapy consistently and taking care of myself and learning these new skills and building a relationship with a therapist who now knows me well enough to guide me as I'm needed and call me on my shit, because sometimes we all need to be called on our shit. You don't have to be in a bad place or any kind of place that has a specific denomination to go to therapy. You can go to therapy whenever you want, for whatever reason. Those are all the stigmas I have for you today. If you felt I missed anything or there's anything else that you're curious about, please leave me a comment down below. If you are interested in learning more about different types of therapeutic modalities and learning about mental health in general, please sign up for my weekly newsletter where I take it apart in client terms and try to share some really great things like different articles and things like that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you next week.